Hi guys, welcome to Watkins Way. Today I'm going to make a creamy garlic tomato soup from almost scratch. I'm going to use, when I said almost, I'm going to use two 28 cans of San Marzano crushed tomatoes. You can buy fresh tomatoes and do it, but it's just a lot of work. And when I make my videos, I try to make things as easy as I can for you. And this is a real simple recipe. It goes really fast. You can have tomato soup within 30 minutes. So our ingredients is 2 28 cans of crushed tomatoes. I'm going to use a half cup of heavy whipping cream, 2 cups of chicken broth, about 1/3 of a cup of Parmesan cheese, a tablespoon of sugar. Sugar kind of cuts the acid of the tomatoes. I'm going to use 3 cloves of minced garlic. I'm going to use some basil. Then we're going to add our onions, and we're going to put in 1 stick of butter. You guys know that I always use a stick of butter or bacon. So 1 stick of butter. We're going to saute the onions. When they're almost like real tender, we're going to add the garlic. We're going to do that, and then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. So let's get busy. Today I'm going to use a sweet onion. I was at the store, and I thought, you know, I think I will use a sweet onion today because it just, first of all, it doesn't hurt your eyes as bad, and the taste is not as strong as a regular onion. So we do that. So we're just going to dice this up. Like I said, we only get about 2.5, 3 cups. It doesn't matter. Okay, we got our 3 cloves of garlic chopped up. I got about probably 2.5 cups of sweet onion chopped up. We're going to add this to our stick of butter, and we're going to saute this. It's going to take about 7 or 8 minutes to get the onions soft, but about a minute before the onions are ready, we're going to throw in the garlic. I don't want to put the garlic in now because if I do, it'll turn brown and it'll ruin your entire dish. So we're just going to do this. It's going to take about 7 or 8 minutes, and then we'll add our garlic and the rest of our ingredients. All right, we got our onions. They're just soft enough now. They're going to be really easy to, I'm going to puree them with an immersible blender later, but I'm going to add my 3 cloves of garlic in here. And like I said, add the garlic about the last minute of cooking. That way you don't burn the garlic and you ruin your entire recipe or whatever you're cooking that has garlic in it. So we're going to do this. Now we're going to add our other ingredients. I got 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Add those. All right, so let's just mix these up, and then I'm going to throw in a little bit of basil, about a tablespoon of basil. Gives it a good flavor. And then what we want to do to cut the acid a little bit on the tomatoes is I'm using 1 tablespoon of sugar, just regular granulated sugar. So that's that. 2 cups of chicken broth. It smells good already. You got the garlic and the onions. When you cook garlic and onions, it just makes a good smell. It goes out through it, the entire house. It really smells good. Now with the chicken stock in here and tomatoes, and you can see this is like kind of chunky right now, but that's why we're going to blend it. We're going to puree it, and it's going to be real creamy. That's what, and then the creamy part comes in. Right now I'm going to add my heavy whipping cream. Just pour that in. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put a lid on this, and I'm going to let it simmer for about 15 minutes. And like I said, the whole process is about 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, you can be eating creamy basil garlic tomato soup. All right, it's been about 15 minutes. I've been outside on my patio. Our soup's been simmering for about 15 minutes. I'll tell you what, these Le Creuset pans, I wish I would have bought these when I was like 20 years old. I still have them. They last a lifetime or 2 lifetimes. They just last forever. So anyway, I got some chunks in here of onions and garlic. I put some basil in. And also I forgot to add the Parmesan cheese earlier, so this will probably be a good time to add it. So we're gonna add the Parmesan cheese and just let that melt. And then what I wanna do, I like my soup creamy, so I'm gonna puree the onions, the garlic, everything. So I went on Amazon and I bought this blender. I think it's called an immersible blender. When I got it, the thing is huge. First of all, I thought they screwed up and sent me a trolling motor. But we're gonna put this in here. When you do use one of these, make sure you have it on the bottom or just maybe just a little bit off the bottom so you get all the vegetables, whatever you're gonna puree. Don't bring it to the top. If you bring it to the top, this soup's really hot. When you splatter it all over your arms and all over the walls, it takes a while to clean it up. So anyway, I got this blender. I'm gonna put it in here, take my spoon out, and hopefully I don't screw this up, so I'm taking this all the way down the bottom. And there we go. This is actually a lot of fun. I think I could use this as a trolling motor. All right, it's getting pretty creamy looking. All right, I think that's it. Yeah, that looks, actually just a few little chunks in there is probably okay. It's not gonna affect how it tastes or anything. All right, so now, why don't we do this? Let's add a little pepper to it. A little bit of salt. I did a couple pinches of salt. All right, let's just stir this up. Today I've been forgetting almost everything. I forgot to put Parmesan cheese in. I've been meaning to put my hat on. Forgot that and everything we've done with the videos. Something else I forgot, I can't remember what that was. So when I forget a lot of stuff and I feel like I'm in a fog, I'm gonna drink a little Fog River Cabernet Sauvignon. And it's got the twist off, so, because I forgot my wine opener. And I got the twist off. I'm gonna take a little sip of wine. Cheers, guys. Hope you make this at home. It's an easy recipe to make. Prep time is about 30 minutes. You can freeze it. Portion it out if you're just like me, just me, so I portion it out and then set it out in a little Tupperware thing in the morning. When I come home after a day's work, just heat it up and I got tomato soup. Okay, so the wine tastes good. I know wine pairs well with tomato soup. So let's just get ourselves some tomato soup. I was going to, I'm going to add a little shredded Parmesan right on top. Let that kind of melt in there. So we know that wine goes good with tomato soup, pairs well. I just happened to conveniently turn around and look behind me, and there is a grilled cheese sandwich, which we know grilled cheese goes really good with tomato soup. So let's do this. Let's take our grilled cheese sandwich and I use a serrated knife. And what I like to do is cut it, and I like to kind of put it back together. And then I like to just pull the cheese out like that. Look at that, does not look good. So we could do two things. We could eat this with a spoon, take a bite, or we could do it the Watkins way and about everybody that I know does it this way. Dip it in here. So we got that. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Oh man, look at that cheese. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Wine pairs well with grilled cheese sandwiches. Make this at home. It's really, really good. Creamy garlic, tomato, basil. Take care. See you guys later. I'm gonna go have some soup.